Hello, this is Trog, and welcome back to another episode of Skyblock. In between episodes, I finished the path for the Ender Porter that we did last episode. So the string and the redstone and everything, even the cacti, because a wandering trader spawned, and it had the sand trade. So I traded as much sand as I could. I got 64 total, and I was able to pretty much complete all the cactus stuff. And Ender Porter, this half of it is pretty much ready to go, except for one small detail. The line that the string is on, this one there at least, is a slime chunk, meaning they'll spawn and jump on top of the wire and make me teleport over there instantly. So the solution is to take those blocks out, or put a block that will block their spawning above them. So what we're going to do today is actually cover this whole thing, or a lot of it, with stone. I don't have too much time for this episode, but what we'll do today is cover this thing with the pipe design that I came up with, and let's go see that in the single player build world. Okay, so here we are in the building world, and this is actually the pipe design that I want to go with. It looked very industrial. It looked similar to some reference images, but the thing is, this is boring, and I'll mix in some cracked stone bricks or something like that, or maybe some cobblestone here and there. In the actual build itself, to give it a little bit more texture, probably not cobblestone. But I also experimented with some acacia wood for like a copper pipe, and I think that'll be good for other things. I think I want to do this piping here for the ender porters. That way we can see what pipe is what, and then for some items or some specific farms, we'll use different color pipes. That way, one, we can tell what's what, and two, it will look better to have some sort of variety. This will be the line for the string, and the way we get around the mob spawns or the slime spawns is putting one block above here. Slimes need at least a half block or something like that above their heads, so they won't be able to spawn here, and then nothing will spawn here because it is a bottom half slab. So I think this gives a better representation of what this pipe actually looks like. So it's got a 2x2, and it's technically a 4x4 minus the corners, and then we have stairs going on this direction, so we can see that here. And then slabs on top and bottom to make it symmetrical. So the pipe is a little bit wider, and I think that'll give it some character. I'll work on the diagonals when they pop up just to make it look a little bit better. But this is the design we're going to go with, and that's kind of the reasoning behind it. And this will be completely lit up as well, so we don't have any bats like those spawning around. Okay, so this is kind of the scariest part of this whole thing. I have to go down, and this block here needs to be one more block under. Okay. I guess that wasn't actually that scary. But this bottom half slab is going to be our base that goes along the whole bottom of this path. So it needs to be 1.5 blocks, just based off of the this machine here. That way it can be covered up, because this half slab is going to cover up both the dropper and the hopper there. So that's the reason for that. But now we can just go along here throughout the whole thing. It's a lot of blocks to place. It's kind of like making a nether tunnel on an SMP or something, where you like dig it out and then you have to decorate it. This is kind of a comparable amount of blocks, and technically it's for the same-ish reason for traveling. So, yeah, let's speed through this really quickly. Okay. So this area here is really weird, and that might be an issue there. I think what needs to happen is instead of it being on the extra block being on the left side of the string, it needs to be on the right side. And I think that will fix the issue. So instead of having it like this, we're going to have it like this. Yep. So then when this turn happens, we'll rotate between which one's which, just because of the cactus. And technically I could swap where the cactus is, but since we're building it now, like over here in this home stretch, I might as well, and then I'll swap the cactus if we need to further down, but we shouldn't need to just because of how long this path is going to be. There it is. That's the culprit. And they're gone. But you saw it. You saw it flip. Well, this is coming along fairly well. The only issue I am having is the diagonals. These feel a little bit weird, and I might have to adjust the redstone and stuff accordingly. I don't want to add repeaters, but at the same time, if I'm going to have to, just for the looks of the build, I'm going to do it, because no matter what, it's faster than just flying with an elytra over there. Or from there to there. And I need to transfer items too, and I'm not going to do that manually. These are bottom half slabs, not top half slabs. No, I'm going to have to slab again so that doesn't happen. Why did I think, well, to make it symmetrical, I did during the test have these blocks. So just a half slab would be equivalent of a full block. It's just offset by half a block technically in the game. So it's fine, I guess. This is just what I'm gonna have to deal with later. A little bit more block than what I thought, because I have been grinding and I've used like 6 or 7 diamond picks. Although they don't have unbreaking or anything like that on them. You heard that, right? I think I've used like 6 or 7 diamond picks to get all of the stone that we needed for this. And with the new cobblestone generator, it's been working great. Like it's super quick. The only issue is the pickaxe itself. It breaks a lot faster than what I'm used to because it's not like an unbreaking pickaxe. And it's not silk touch. I would love for it to be silk touch. That way I don't have to smelt these, because I think I used 3 or 4 stacks of coal or charcoal rather to complete this. So it's it's been quite a bit of resources just to do this building, but that's kind of what it's like to play Skyblock. I did not realize we were here. Yeah, that's awesome. And then The pipe might need to curve upward. I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but that is that done. That's at least the base done, which was a lot easier, I must say, than than running this line initially, because I had to make decisions on when I wanted to make it curve to make it a little bit windy and whatnot. So, um, there was a few decisions there, and also I fell off a lot because of the fact that I had to go downward to place those blocks. I fell because of water all the time. I have made a lot of progress, and from here, it's looking okay. I think there needs to be more rings than just every 40 blocks. And I wanted to experiment with the rings. That's why I brought some smooth stone so we can see it together. But there's a little bit of a dilemma. You see, I didn't light this up. So that's the issue. I don't have any armor on. I need a shield or something. And the other one was so far away they despawned. Okay. There were creepers in here and stuff earlier, but yeah. These need to be lit up, like I said. Otherwise, things that we don't want spawning will spawn. So yeah, there we go. And I wanted to mess around with the ring over here. I want it to be about 3 blocks, 3 blocks wide. So it will include this, and it will stick out a full block above everything, including down below, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if that is possible. Let's check. So there is another reason that we need this to be 1 block out, and that's the cactus. Oh, I almost died. I hit my head, and it felt like in real life I actually hit my head because it was terrifying. Okay. So, a ring kind of like that, where it just sticks out 1 block. I feel like that's way, way bigger than what I want. So maybe, because that's going to be 4 or 5 blocks. I don't know. I will see, but for sure, I need it to stick out 1 block from this area. That way the cactus doesn't get hurt. So I look back at the creative test world, and I can confirm this is what I did in the test world. So it was indeed a 4 blocks by 4 blocks, covering up the slabs like that. Okay, that's the inside of this one done. It just needs to be lit up and slabbed over. And then let's go check on what it looks like from the outside. Okay, let's see. Oh, I almost fell. There's been too many times. I told you I died a bunch while making this, and I'm about to die a bunch again. Okay, 4 blocks. Yes, and then that took more than I expected. That took about a stack, and it's going to take more than that because now I need to slab it over. I'm not going to worry about slabbing the bottom. I probably should, and I will slab the rest of this later whenever I have Elytra and I can just waste a bunch of rockets, fly up there, and do it that way. So I'll fly up, bang my head against the side of the thing, and then place blocks 1, maybe 2 at a time. But that's looking good. And then those will be 3 blocks wide each. And I'm kind of built or done with building for today. I am very out. Yeah, that looks really good. That looks like a pipe. I just need a few more along these lines and we should be good. They're not going to be evenly spaced, which I think might contribute well to what I want to do with this. So, we'll see. But for now, I am just going to finish up and get this line working. And so to kind of finish this up on this track here, or this block, I will be placing full blocks like this all the way across the whole thing. So we have a block, piece of string, and then another block. That way the slimes will not spawn for sure because they need more than just a one block space, or they need one block plus an opaque over top of them, and a full block is not opaque, so we're good there. It's very complicated, and I feel like I know way too many things about the small intricacies of Minecraft because of this, or because of like just the different farms or builds that I do over the years have made me gain all this knowledge that I'm like, why would I ever need to know this much detail? But it comes in handy for stuff like this. Okay, I covered them with blocks and put a slab on top, so nothing should spawn, and we'll give this a little test by actually testing out the contraption. So we're gonna throw our ender pearl down here, and I am gonna go all the way back over to the button and press it. Hopefully, I usually got to about here, and then a slime would spawn and the trapdoor would go down, but I'm not seeing any of that. I am seeing the cactus, which keep making me think there's slimes, but they aren't. So, let's go over and hit that button. All of this work has led up to this moment. When I hit this button, this one here, that should flop down after like less than a second, and then I should be teleported. Yes! Yes! It worked! Oh, I don't have another ender pearl to set it back up, but it finally worked! Oh, you have no idea. I've spent so many hours, and to finally see it working, or experiencing it working, that was super fast. It took maybe a second or two, so a little bit longer than what I expected, but that was awesome. In the future with other pipes, I do want it to raise up and go. So like on the redstone path, I want it to raise up a few blocks and go. So maybe with this one, we'll have it start over here. You hit the button, it goes kind of parallel next to it, except for this straight where it goes up and then over, and then it goes over and up a little bit more. I want it, or maybe back down. I want them to look like they're crisscrossing and whatnot. I think it would be really cool. But with that successful run, and the amount of time that I have spent on this episode alone, I will see you guys in the next episode. Oh, I'm just so excited that this is finally working. Ah.